Hello and welcome. Let's take a look at the application that we will create. As you can see, this is the home page. We have a list of prompts and a list of contacts and a form so the user can send a message using AI. The user can choose a prompt from here and also a contact from here and send the message. Okay, let's for example choose this prompt and also this contact, and as you can see we have here the contact and the prompt, and we have here friend names. The friend name will be replaced by this contact name, and once the user clicks on submit button, so we'll send a grateful message to thank the contact that the user has chosen. Let's check our email inbox. As you can see here, we have AI message, and we have here email. Thank you so much for advice you reached with me. Okay, so this is the email that we have sent to our contact, and this is his email. And we will use Mailtrap to send emails, and also we will use Hugging Face to use AI. Okay, you can create an account for free and they give you 10 cents, as you can see here, so you can use it. And as you can see, I created the project and also I tested the project, and I still have my 10 cents here, only 0.01 that I have consumed. So this 10 cents is enough to create this project. Okay, and also we'll use Laravel 13. I have already created a new project. When you create your project, choose no starter kit, and also choose best, and here do you want to install Laravel Boost? Choose no, so we don't use it. And for the database, I have chosen SQLite, and that's all. Okay, and once done, you can open your project. Let's move to the projects here and open it using VS Code. Okay, and let's start coding our application. Let's close this. So this is the project that we have created. Let's start creating our models and migrations. So the first model that we need is the contact. So PHP artisan make model, let's call it contact, and we need also the migration. What else we need? We need also the prompts, so we can add prompts. And I forgot to tell you that we also add prompts. As you can see here, we can add a contact. So I have closed the server, that's why we can't see the form. So we can add a contact and also add prompts. Okay, so I forgot to show you this. Let's go back to our projects. We have, as I said, prompt and contact. Let's check our database migrations. Where is the contact? So here is the contact. What we have inside this table? We have two fields, one for the name and one for the name and one for the email. Okay, and that's all. Let's go to the second one. Second one is the prompt, and the prompts, I think we have only one field, which is the text. So let's change the type here. Let's make it text, and here also we can, let's name it prompt text. Okay, and save, and that's all. We have only one field. or let's name it only prompt. So I think prompt is better than prompt text. And that's all. So let's migrate our migrations. Let's move to our terminal, clean terminal, PHP artisan, migrate and hit enter. And we are done. Next, what we need, let's first create our controllers. Let's create the contact controller and also PHP artisan make controller. And let's call this contact controller. And we need another one for the prompt. And that's all. Let's move to our contact controller. So here what we need, first we have, let's add first function, this function that will list all contacts. So let's define our function. This function will get all contacts and also we need all the prompts. Let's add here contacts. It gets the contact and we get all, or we use the model contact and we get all. Same thing for the prompts. So here prompts and here prompts. And let's add also here and prompts. So we list all contacts and prompts. Next, what we need to return the view that we will create later. And this view is the home page. And we need to send contacts and also the prompts. Okay, and we need to import the models. We have the first one, so we can use app models contact, and same thing for the prompt. Next, what we have second function. This one will display the form. So the form to create a contact, display add form contact, and here we add public function create and we return the view, and view will be inside contacts dot create. And here we can add also, let's add another one. So this one will be for storing the new contact. So here let's add store new contact and let's name it store. And here we need to use the request so we can validate the data. And here we use the request and we call the method which is validate, and we validate the name, and name we want it to be required, and what else, max of 255, and we need also email, and email required max, let's give it 100, and we need it to be unique inside the contacts. Okay, so the contacts table. Next, what we need, so here email required max 100 unique contacts. Next, what we have, we need to create a new contact. So we use the model, create, and we give it the request, or let's do something. We can define here. Okay, we can use the requests. So we have let's do something. So I don't want to use all, because all is not safe. So since we did not add the class that validates the fields, we can't access the request validated. Okay, we can do something. Let's use it like this. The old way of doing star. So here we can add, where is the row? We can add name. You can add the class to validated data and move this validation and use request validated here instead of request name and request email, which is the old way of storing the data. So let's change it to email. And what is next? Next, we need to return the user to the route, which is the home that we will add later. And we send also success message, repeat success. And here we tell our user that his contact added successfully. And that's all. So this brown line, just we don't have this routes. And also the views. So let's move to the final function. This one will, so here when we choose, as we have seen, so let's go back to so here when we choose prompt or contacts, we will store them inside our session. So we need to add a function that will choose a contact. And this function, we give it a name. Let's name it choose contact, and we need a contact, and we will get the contact here. And once we have the contact, so as I told you, we set its session and we put inside our session, we put the contact name and we give it a contact that we have received here, name, okay. And once stored inside session, we return back. And that's all, okay. So these are all the functions that we need for our contact controller. We have index, we get the contacts and prompts. We have create, we display the form, we have what else, store, we validate and we store the data, and we have the return to route with the message, and finally we have to choose contact. Now let's move to our prompts controller, and we will use almost the same. Let's copy what we have here and paste it inside our prompt. So here we paste everything. So here we don't get all the prompts because we have already done this inside our contact controller. Next, we display add form prompt, or display add prompt form. Okay, I think it's better. Let's go to our contact. Same thing here, display add contact form. Next, what we have, so here let's change it to prompts with S. Next, Next, we have the star. Let's change it here to star prompt. And here we have the star function. We have the validation. We have only one field, which is the prompt. And here required max. Let's give it 1000. We have also here, let's define a variable, let's call it prompt, and we use the prompt model to create the prompt. And here we have the prompt. I think we name it prompt. Let's go back. So prompt, okay. And here we don't have email. And we return and we redirect or without defining this variable. Let's here add prompt added successfully, and we return to route, which is home. Next, what we need to choose a prompt. So the same thing, choose a prompt, and here choose a prompt, and here prompt. And here prompt, and here the same thing. We have prompt, and we used prompt, and we have here prompt. So we need here prompt. Okay. So I hope you are not confused. So here the prompt is the one that we get. And here we store it inside our session. We used prompts. Okay, if you want, you can change the field name to text or something else if you don't like prompts. And we return back, and that's all. Okay, we have the controller, the function that displays the form. We store the new prompt, and we choose a prompt. Okay, let's move to the next. Next, what we have the routes. Let's move to our routes and add this or the routes. We can use these functions. The first route will, or let's use this one. The first route will get contacts with. But I think let's go back to our prompt. I think I did not import, yes, so I did not import here the model, which is prompt, okay, because we use the model here and also here, okay. So here we have the contact controller, and contact controller has the method which is index, and here we give this route name, which is the name or which is the home. Okay, so this is the first route. The second one is also, so this one is get and this one is get, and this one will display the contact slash creates form. And here let's name it, or the method is creates, and name, let's give it contacts dot create, okay. Next, what we have the post, so you can add a contact. Let's change it here to post. And what else here? Let's make it only contacts, and we use store method, and here the name, let's change it also to store. Next, what we have the choose contact. So here we have the contact as param, so not here but here, and we choose the contact, and we use the method which is choose contact, and that's all, and we give it name. Let's name it contacts dot choose. What else we need? We need same thing for the prompts. Let's copy the same thing and paste it here and change controller to prompt. So here index, or we don't have index for our prompts, so we remove it. We use only create. Here, let's change it to prompts. So prompts create, and controller is prompt controller. The method is create, and name is prompts dot create, and we have also the prompts dot store, and here prompts dot choose, and here instead of choose contact, choose prompt, and I think that's all. And also we still have here, instead of contact, we need the prompt. And what else? So here this one is get. So here we have only one post request, which is storing a contact, and same thing here. And here we store a prompt. The others are get requests. So here create and the choose here, the choose, the create, and also the get or the home page. Next, what we need, we need first to import the contacts from, not contacts, but controllers from the HTTP controllers contact controller, and we need another one for our prompt controller. Okay, now we are done with our controllers, which add contact and prompt, and also with the routes. So next, what we need to do, we need to move to our home page and add, as you can see, we need to add the home page with navbar. So the user can add a contact and add also a prompt. And also, or later, we will display the contacts here and prompts here, and we send the message. Okay, let's add the folder inside our resources folder here, or inside the views. Let's add here a folder, let's call it layouts, and inside we have app.blade.php, and we will use Bootstrap to style our application. Okay, let's move to Bootstrap, and here let's check the box, and we can copy this part and paste it here. Here we have the title, we can change it, for example, to small AI powered let's call this email assistant, small AI powered email assistant. Next, what we have, let's add here, let's remove this each one and add a div with container. And inside we need to use the yield, and we yield the content, so the content will be here. Let's add also a navbar here, navbar blade.php, and also a file to display alert messages, alert.blade.php. Let's start with navbar. Navbar, we have only two links. Let's find navbar here. I think let's go back. I think this one is good. We can paste it here, and here we have the home page. It will take us to the routes, which is home. And what else we have? Let's go back to our So we have add contacts and add prompts. So add contact and add prompt. And the route here will be contact dot create. So what we need here, we need to close it, curly, not curly, but parenthesis. What else do we have? We need another one for the prompt. Let's add it here. So here prompt, and here we don't need this extra link. Let's do something. Let's first import. We can import or include our file, which is so what is the name of the file is so I think the file is what is the name here is navbar. Okay, we can get it from layouts dot navbar. Okay, save, and we can do the same thing for the alerts. And let's start our server and see what we have. PHP artisan serve. Now our server has started. Let's go back. So let's skip this one so we can copy the list of prompts, and I will so you will find the link in the description for the source code, so you can download it, and you will or I will include this list of prompts inside the source code. Okay. And we have here an error, the view home not found. Let's change the name of this view from welcome to home and refresh the page. And we have our welcome page. Let's change it to use our layout. Extends what is the name, layouts dot app. So save. Let's go back here and refresh, and let's see what we have. I think we have something wrong. Let's see. Contact dot prompt not found, which is the route. So I think what is so contact. So instead of so instead of using prompts dot create, I used contact dot. So let's refresh the page again and see what we have here. So as you can see, we have add contact and add the prompts. Let's make the navbar. Let's make it in the center. Let's use here. We can use. Let's give it first margin top and the bottom of 3 and use justify content to the center and save. Let's take a look and see. I think now it's better. Okay. Let's add the views that we need here inside views. Let's add contacts and we need create dot blade dot php, and here create contact. What else we need? We need not here, but we need another one for the prompt. Let's copy and paste and change from contact to prompts. And here we have create prompts. To save, let's go back to our home page, add contact, add prompt, same thing. Okay. Let's do something. Let's add here alerts. We need alert messages. Let's add alert messages. Let's add here div with the arrow and margin top and the bottom of 3, and div with call md6 and mx auto, and we need to check if session or session like this. Session, you can use session, not section, but session. And we check if the session has success. So we display, let's remove this. We have also an extra at here. We display the message or success message using alert success. And inside we have that session, or we can use session to get success message. Okay. Next, what we need to check also for the error. And if we have an error, we use danger. And same thing here. Not said same thing, but we use error. That's all. Next, what we need, let's do something. Let's check our navbar. If we move here, okay, let's do something before we check the navbar. Let's add form of creating a new contact, and same thing for the creating a prompt. Let's start with the contact. So here we need layouts.app, and we need section, and this section will have the content, and inside we add div with the margin top and the bottom of 4, and also let's give it a row. And what else we need? Another div with call md6 and mx auto. Where is auto? So we need O here. And what else we need? Div with card, and another div with card header, and text to center. Let's add center, and also bg. Where is it? Bg white. Inside we have h4 with the margin top of 2, and here add the new contact. What else we need? We need another div with card body, and inside we have our form, and form will be post, and it will take us to the route, which is contacts.store. Inside what we have the token. What else we need? The label, and this one will be for name, and here we need to add name, and we need here a class, and class will be form label, and that's all. Next, what we need an input field with class form control. Where is the O? Control. And here let's give it name. So the name will be, let's give it name. Name here is name. Where is so name, not nail? Name. What else we need? Let's give it also an ID name. And here we can check also for the validation errors. So if we have the name, we add class which is invalid. And what else we need? We need also to check here for the validation errors. And here we check if we have name, we add the div with class invalid feedback, and inside we display the message. So this is for the name. We did also another input, but let's do something. Let's add a div with margin bottom of 3, and inside we have or we add inputs. Now we can duplicate this div and change from, so here from text to email, here also to email, same here and here and here and here, and let's make it uppercase. Finally, we need the button, and the button will be, or we'll have class beta n and beta n primary, and here we add submit. Save, refresh the page, check the add contact, we have our form, we have the validation fields, let's give it here name, for example this name, and here the email, and we submit, and we need to add name to the field label, so we did not add field label. Alright, let's move to the contact, public or protected field label. Alright, and we give it name and also the email. Let's do the same thing for our prompt. And here we need, so we have only one field here, which is the prompt. And that's all. Let's save, refresh the page, send form again, contact added successfully. Okay, let's add a new one. So here, let's add, let's do something. Let's give this form a placeholder. So here we have, what else? We have name. Let's add also a placeholder and make it name. And here we need same thing, but so what we have here, let's use placeholder, and we have the email, and that's all. Let's save. Let's go back, refresh the page. I think now it's better. Let's remove this and submit, and contact added successfully. Let's do the same thing for the prompt. So we need to add form, so we can add a new prompt. Let's close this and this and this and paste here. And here add new prompt. Here prompts dot star. Here we have only one field, and field name is the field name is prompt, so we can here, but in our case we need here a text area. Okay, let's remove this extra field that we have, and as I said, in our case here we need text area, not only a field or an inputs field, and we need to close. So it's not closed. Okay, let's do something. Let's copy this div and paste it here, or the closing tag of the div, and change it to text area. And here what we have the label. Let's change it to prompt with O, and here we can use prompt. Same thing for placeholder, and here the name. Let's check the name inside our prompt controller. So I think the name is the same here. So prompts, okay. So here name prompt. Here the type we don't have it. Let's give it rows of 5. And what else? We have here the ID prompt, name prompt, name here prompt, and that's all. Save. Refresh the page. We have prompt. The prompt field is required. Let's bring. So let's go back. We need to copy this one that we have here, or let's add them all. And as I told you, I will include this prompts inside our source code. Okay, so now I will add them one by one, and next what we need to do now, we need to display, so we need to move to the home page, display the list of prompts and list of contacts, and when the user chooses prompts or contacts, so we need to make them chosen as we have seen. And also we need to fill the form here with the chosen contact and chosen prompts. Okay, let's now move and display the list of prompts, the list of contacts, and forms, so we can send a message using AI. Let's move to our home page here. Now we need to add the section for our contents, and we need a div with the margin top and bottom. Let's give it only 3, and we need also a row here, and we need another div with call md4. So this one will be, so here we will have the form to send the AI message. Let's add here our, or only the command. Later we will add our form. Next we need div with the call md4. So now we need to display. Let's start with the contacts. Let's add another div with a card, a div with a card header text, or let's leave it in the start, not center. So here let's add list of contacts, save, let's go and take a look, refresh. Here is our list of contacts. Let's make it, or let's make the BG here, BG white. Save, let's go back, refresh, and I think it's better. We can do something. Let's go to our app.blade.php, and for the body here, let's give it class BG light. Save, close, go back, refresh. Now it's better. Okay, let's here use let's use h3, and let's go back, refresh. Oh, it's a little bit big. Let's use only 4 and refresh. So I think now it's better. Okay, let's use only, or let's use 6 and give it class margin top of 2 and save, refresh. I think now it's better. Okay, it's better. We can let's use 5 and refresh. I think now it's better. Let's now display our contacts. Let's add card body here, body, and inside we need to use the for each, so we can loop through our contacts, and we get here to contact. And what else we need? So let's use a list. Let's use here a list group, or let's use the list group here first. So you L with the list group class, and let's move for each now inside, and use now the li and give it the list group item, and here we can display the contact. Where is it? So contact name. Let's remove this name. Save, refresh the page. So we have only two. We have only 2 contacts for now. Let's add more contacts. Let's add another one. So this one is okay. Let's name has the email. Let's remove this and submit. And let's do that again. So you can choose mini contacts. Let's remove this and save. And we have now 5. Let's move to the next. Next, what we need to do. Let's add a link so we can choose a contact as we have seen here. So when we hover over the contact's name, let's remove the contact name here and add a link. And let's give this link a class. Let's give it a text decoration known and routes. So this route or this link will take us to the route, so we can choose a contact. Let's use here the routes and use the choose dot. Let's go to the routes. We have what is the name here? Contacts dot choose. Okay, not choose contacts. So let's change it to contacts dot choose. And here now we can display the contact name and save. Let's refresh the page. So I think something wrong. We did not send the param. Okay, we can add here the param, which is the contact, because we need contact as we have seen inside our controller. So here we need contact, so we can choose this. Okay, and we can use the contact ID and save. Let's refresh the page again. And as you can see, we have our contacts here. Let's make the color dark, text dark, and save and go back to our. So now it's better. Okay. So let's do something. So if we click here, for example, now I have chosen this contact pizza. So now we need to add a class to know which contact the user has chosen. Okay, if I choose, for example, this one, we need to make it active. Let's do something. Let's test first. So here inside, let's add it inside. Let's add it here inside the list. Okay, let's add the test. So we check if the contact name inside our session, contact name, but we need to get it first using session. If session contact name, okay, if it is equal to the current contact name, which is the contact that is displayed here, this one or this one or this one. If it is equal, name is the same, then we add the class which is active, and we need also the text to be white, and we end if. Okay, that's all. So save. Let's refresh the page and see. Now as you can see, this is the chosen contact. Same here and here and here. Let's make also the link or the text to be white if we have the chosen contact. Let's add here the test inside the link. So the first one, so not to be confused, is inside li class of the li, and second one is inside the link. Okay, so here we check if the contact or the session contact name is the same as the contact name that's we have. So we add the text white, but we need here to add else. If not, we add the text dark, and we keep the decoration known as it is. Okay, so here we add text dark, not test. So save, let's refresh, and as you can see now it's white. Now let's do the same thing for our list of prompts. Let's go to our homepage again, and same thing, we need to copy this part that we have here and paste it here and change from list of contacts to prompts. And we need to look through each prompt, and we need to display. So here we have the prompt, and we have prompt, and here, so the session we will add prompts, okay? And here we need to access the prompts, or prompts text. If you don't want to use prompts, to not be confused, you can change the field name to text. You can use prompt text instead of prompts, okay? So to not be confused. And what else? So the same thing. What else we have here? We have prompts with S and choose, okay? Let's save and refresh. So we have here our list of prompts, but we have the same thing is, so here we have the contact name. Let's use prompts. That's why we have the same name is repeated. Let's refresh, and as you can see, we have our prompts. If we choose this prompt or this one, so nothing changed. Let's use this one. So it's chosen. Let's so if we choose the first one, so we still have here and here. So the same thing is repeated, same prompts, which means that we have something wrong here. So if the session prompt is equal to the prompt, we add the active and the text white. Okay, if and same thing here. So why it's not working? Let's check our controller. Here we have the prompts and we give it the prompts. So why it's not working, and the error is here. As you can see, we are using the contact ID when we send the prompt, so we need to send the prompt ID. That's why it's not working. Let's go back, refresh the page. Let's choose this one, and now it's working. Second, the third, let's choose the last one. And as you can see, we have the prompt, and we have also our contacts list. So what we need now, we need to add form. When we choose a contact and a prompt, we need to display them inside our form. And when we click on the submit button, we send the email, okay? And as I said in the demo, you need to create a Hugging Face account. I have already created account, and as I told you, they will give you 10 cents so you can use it. And you need to create a token. You need to go to settings, and inside settings you have tokens, and you need to create a token. Give it a name and create a token, and once created you will have your token here. So copy it and paste it here inside the inf file. Let's go to our inf file, and here you need to paste it, okay? Let's add here name. Let's give it the name Hugging Face token, and paste it here, okay? So paste your own Hugging Face token. I will add my own later here, okay? Now let's move to the next we need to add a new controller. So this controller will send the prompt. So let's add here PHP artisan make controller, and let's call it agent controller. Hit enter, and we are done. Let's go to our agent controller. Here what we have the first or the first and only function that we have here. We have only one, which is send prompt to AI assistant. So let's define our function, public function. Name it. Let's name it send prompt, and we need to use here the request, and the request or the function, or using the request we will get the prompt from front end, which is the one that the user has chosen, this one, and we can use the request prompt because the name of the field is prompt. Next, what we need to replace, as I told you in the first or the demo of this course, that we will replace the friend name that we have here. Friend name, we will replace it with the contact name, okay? And to do that, we need to define a variable. Let's call it field prompt, and we use the str replace, which is the PHP method, and we give it what we want to replace. We want to replace the friend name, which is this. So let's. So I think we can copy. Okay, let's write it. Friend name. We replace the friend name with the contact name, and we can get it also from form using the request contact name inside the prompts. Okay, so inside the prompts that we have received, this one that we have here, we replace the friend name, which is what we have here inside our prompts, with the contact that we have received from the form, which is the contact that the user has chosen. Okay, next, what we need to do, we need to find the contact. So we need to check if the contact exists or not first before we send. So check if contact exists. Let's first guess the contact using the model contact, and we check where the name is equal to the request name that we have here. You can make the name also unique if you want to avoid that two contacts have the same name. Okay, you can make the name unique as the email. Okay, and we get the first. Let's get the first. And what else we need? Now we need to check if we don't have a contact. What we need to do, we do a return to the route, and the route in our case is home, and we need to send an error message with error, and error in our case is contact not found. Okay, next, what we have now, we have the contact. We need to send the request to the Hugging Face. Let's define here a response, which is the response that we will get from Hugging Face, and we used HTTP to call our API with the headers. So we use the method with headers, and it takes an array, and array has authorization. So we need to send authorization, and authorization will be the bearer. So bearer, we need the bearer with token, and we concatenate it with token, and token will be inside inv, as we have seen inside inv, We have here the Hugging Face token. Can use it here, okay? Next, what we need, let's add also the content type, and content type in our case will be application slash JSON. So the application here is uppercase. Application slash, where is the A? Application slash JSON. And that's all. Next, what we need to add with option or options method. If we don't do this, we will get an error, and error will tell us that you need to use the SSL. Okay, so to remove the SSL, we need to use here verify. I will show you later. I will remove this later, and I will show you the error. If we don't add I will show you the error. Where is the false? If we don't add the verify false. Next, what we need to do, we need to post. Now we need to send the request, which is post, and we need to use the API routes that Hugging Face give us. We can use HTTPS, and we have the router. And the router.hugging, you can find this inside the docs, so this link, router.hugging face.co /v1 /chat /compilations. Okay, you can find this route inside, or this link inside the docs. And we need to provide an array. So let's go here. We need array. Why we have commands here? We need array. And this array, let's remove the space from here. This array has the model that we will use. And in our case, we will use the model which is OpenAI /GPT OSS 120B fastest. Okay, as I told you, you will find these two links inside the docs. Now we have the model that we need to use. Next, we need the messages. So what are the messages that we will send to our model? So we have the messages, and the messages is also an array that takes another array. And here we have the role. And the role here is the user. We have system and user, so I did not add system. So I will use only system. Just tells our model that he will work, for example, as an email assistant. Okay, so I did not add it. I will add the role user, and user will send content, and content in our case is the prompt. That's the user. That the user has sent. Okay, which is not the prompt, but the field prompt, which is the one that we have replaced the friend name with contact name. Okay, next, what we have now, we have the role and content. Next, we need to add two other keys. Let's move down. First one is the max tokens, and here we give it 300, or let's give it only 200. And we need the temperature, and here we give it let's give it 0.7. And that's all. Next, we have now the response. We need to get the data from the response. And to get, let's add here. So what is wrong here? I think let's change the language. So here the data is, or we can get the data from the response that we have. And the response, we can use the JSON to get the data from the response. Okay. Next, what we need to get the message, because the response here will contain the message that we have sent here, this one, which is this one, this message that we have here. So we'll get it from the response. And to get the message, let's define here a variable. Let's call it AI message. And we get it using the data, and the data has k, which is choices. The data is an array, and we get the choices, and we get index 1, and we access again the messages, or the message k, and the message has the contents. Okay, if we don't have, we send null. And if we have null, we need to display an error to our user, like we have done here. Let's copy this one and paste it here. So if no AI message, which means that we got here null, which means that we don't have the choices, and the choices doesn't have index 0, and index 0 doesn't have the message, and the message doesn't have the contents. Okay. In our case here, let's tell our user that something went wrong. Try again later. Okay. I think here, let's add also a dot here. Next, what we need, now we have the AI message. All we need to do is to send the email. Let's here generate an email, PHP artisan make mail, and let's give it the name send email, or AI email, and hit enter. Now we are done. Now we can use it. We can use the mail class and the to method, and we send to the contact email. Okay, the contact that we have found. This one that we have here, we use his email. Let's paste here and change it to email. And what else we have here? We have the send method, and we give it new AI email class, and we give it the AI message. Okay, this is the message that we will send to the contact. Finally, we forgot. So we have the session. We need to forget so not get, but forget. We need to forget contact name. So we remove the contact name and prompts from our session. Finally, we return a success message. Okay, let's copy and paste. So here, let's change it to success, and here to message sent successfully. Okay, now we have our function. What we need, before we move to the form, we need to import what we have here. So the first thing, we need to import the model, which is models, which is the contact, which is inside the app models. Next, we need to import the HTTP, the HTTP class. You can get it from Illuminate support facades, and HTTP. Okay. Same thing for the mail. So from illuminate, support, facades, mail. And finally, we need also the class email. The class email that we have added, which is, so it will be inside app mail. And we need, so what is the name? The name is AI email. If we go to our, let's go to our, here is the mail and here is the AI email, okay? So we need to use it. Later we will use it. So I think that's all, that's what we need. We need to contact, we need the AI email. And what else? We need HTTP and the mail. So that's all. Next, what we need, let's say first, now, as I said, we have our function, which is send prompt. So next we need to add the route. So the user, when he clicks on submit button inside the form that we'll add later, he can send the chosen prompt to the chosen contact that he has chosen here. Okay. Before we move to the next, I just noticed here a mistake. So here I have a missing L, so mail to not mail. So I hope you did notice it. Now it's fixed. Let's move to the AI email. Here we need to add the variable, let's call it, or let's make it first public and call it message text. Okay, and the message text, we will receive it here. This is the text message, or the message text is the AI message that we have received here. Okay, so we receive it inside our AI email, and once we receive it, we change the message text and we give it the message text that we have received here. So here the subject AI email, we can keep it as it is, or AI message. You can change the subject to anything else you want. And the view, we will create the view, let's call it email. Okay, and attachments, we don't have any attachments. Okay. Next, what we need, let's now move and add, let's first add the routes, or let's do something before we add the route. Let's add also the blade, which is email.blade.php, which is the view that we have added here. Okay, this one, the email. We need to have a view called email.blade.php. And I think all we need to do is to display the message text, and it will be displayed like this. Okay. You can add, if you want to add anything else, you can add it. But you need to add it using Markdown, not HTML or CSS. In our case, let's display only the message. Now what we need to do, now we have the controller, we have the email. Let's add first the routes before we test if the message will be sent or not. Let's go to our web.php file. Here let's copy this, or let's copy the post, since the routes will be post, and it will take us to, let's here change it to agent, and it will take us to the agent controller. And function in our case will be, so what is the name of the function? I think send prompts, which is this one. Let's keep the controller here. If we have anything wrong, we can, let's bring the routes here. If we have anything wrong, we can fix it. Let's change the name of the method to send prompt, and we can give it also name, for example, prompt dot send. Okay, now we have our route, but we need to import also the controller. Let's copy and paste here. Next, what we have, let's go to our home.blade.php, and we need to add here the form. Okay, so first let's add a div with a card like we have, or let's do something without repeating the same thing again and again. Let's copy from here and copy also the closing for the card body, also for the card. Okay, to save time. And let's change it here to send a message using AI. Save. Go back here, refresh the page. We have sent a message using AI. Let's now add our form. I think we have a form inside the create. We can copy and reuse it, but we need the two fields. One for the, let's copy first the form and paste it here. So the form will take us to the prompt.send route. Okay, and it will be posted. And as I told you, we need the, so here we need the contact name. So here what we have text area. Okay, let's check the creates. So this one, I think, for the prompts, let's find here the name. Let's copy this one from here and paste it here. So we need the name of the contact, and also we need the prompt, and here we can remove this validation because we don't validate the data here, and we can use the type text, and here the placeholder, we can tell our user choose a contact from list. Okay, without adding star. And here we don't need the label. And here the same thing. Let's remove this. We keep only the input, but the input needs a value. And the value in our case, we can get the contact name prompt session, and let's make it read only. Okay, which means that we will only read the value, not change it. Okay, or the user will only read the value, and I think we don't need but we need name. We don't need the ID. Let's remove the ID and name. Let's see what we have here. So the name needs to be contact name. Okay, let's change it from name to contact name. Let's move this placeholder here to be clear for you. So now we have everything organized. Next, what we need text area. The same thing. Here we don't have the label. We can keep the class and remove the validation. Let's organize it to be clear for you. Name, we can, so what is the name here? Name is prompt. We can keep it as it is. And ID, we don't need it. And here we can tell our user choose prompt from the list. Okay, next, what we have, we can make it also, as I said, read only, and we need to give it a value, and but the value, so the text area doesn't have a value. Let's remove this, but I forgot to add here double quotes for our value. for the contact name. Here, let's remove the value and remove the validation. And here, instead of using the value, as I told you, we use the session and we give it the prompt. Okay, because text area doesn't have value. You need to add it here inside. And we have submit button, but we need to make sure that we have so the button will be available only if we have session contact name and session prompts. All session have the contact name and prompts. Okay, save. Let's go back, refresh. Now we have two, as you can see. Let's change, for example, to this one and change the name to this one. As you can see, the name has changed. Okay, let's hit the submit button and see if the email. So we did not add yet the credentials for to send our email. That's why we have something went wrong. Let's go to our. So you need to have a MailTrap account. And once you are in the home page, as you can see, you have here demo inbox. Once you click on the demo inbox, you have here as you can see, you have here PHP, cake, PHP. So in our case, you use Laravel 9 plus. Okay, you have here 7 or 8, use Laravel 9 plus. And here you get your credentials. Copy them and paste them inside your in file. Okay, so here remove this and paste here. And why we have these stars here? I think let's go back. Why we have these stars? Let's do something. Let's reset the credentials. So we have new credentials, and please use your own. Don't use mine. I don't know why they use here why they use stars. I don't think that stars will work. Let's do that again. Let's check why they use stars. So I don't know why they use the stars here. Let's copy again and paste here. So it's the same thing. Let's use it with stars and see if it will work or not. I don't think that it will work with stars. So as I told you, use your own credentials. Don't use mine, because when I finish this project, I will reset. As you can see, I will reset the credentials again. Okay, so please use your own to avoid any problem. Okay, use your own credentials that you have here. So let's copy again, because I have changed credentials, and paste. Okay, now we have the passwords. You need to copy from here. You need to copy from here, not like I have done. When we copy from here, we get stars, but you need to click here on copy. And once copied, as you can see, we have the password. But as I told you, please use your own username and password. Okay, because once done, I will, as we have seen, reset the credentials. Okay, to not have any problem. Okay. Also, I forgot to tell you, when you create your token, choose read. Okay, don't choose fine-grained. Use read only, and you give it a name and you create. And once created, as you can see here, I have created a new. Let's do that again. Let's delete this one. Let's create user read, and here we can use AI message and create token, and here copy and done. And as I told you, please use your own, because I will delete it once done. Okay, once the project is done, and paste it here. Okay, now let's go refresh the page. We have the name and the prompt. Let's send. We have something wrong. What is wrong here? I don't think that. What is wrong here? Let's send again. So I think that's something wrong. Let's go back here. So this is the message that we have. Okay, let's do something. Let's timestamp the data before we display this error message. Refresh the page, send again. So here is invalid request, wrong API format. The body.0 is unsupported. So agent controller line 49. And finally, after a long search, I found where is the error. So the error is here. So the max tokens must be an integer. So I did not notice it. So I made it string. And also here 0.7, not comma 7. So I just noticed it. So this is the error that I did not notice. So that's why we have the error that we have seen. So let's do something. Let's keep the same thing and timestamp the data. Let's refresh the page and see what we have. So as you can see now, we have the response, we have the choices, and it has the index 0. Let's check the index 0. So it's right, and in the index 0 we have the message. Let's find the message. As you can see, we have here the message, and inside the message we have the content. Let's find the content, and here is the content. Congratulations, Pabem. I am absolutely thrilled to hear about your brand new job. Okay, so now we have our content. Let's remove this timestamp. So just so sorry, I made the mistake without noticing it. I spend lots of time trying to find where is the error. Let's do that again and check if the message will be sent. Let's refresh the page and see what we have. So we have something wrong here. As you can see, the email must have 2 CC or BCC header, which means that we have something wrong inside our email. So the error is here, as you can see. I just noticed it. So instead of using the contact that we have found here, the contact email, so I am using the request. So sorry, I did not notice that. I just noticed it now. So I have tested already, and as you can see, the message sent. Let's do that again and choose another message here. So to cheer up who is feeling sad, let's use this. And for example, let's use this contact. Let's now send again and see if it is working or not. I have tested it's working. As you can see, message sent. Let's go back to our email, and here is the email. Okay, so hey, may GG, I am really sorry you are feeling down right now. Sometimes the word can feel heavy, and this is the message. Okay, so it's working finally after a long search of the errors. So now we can say that we are done with our application. I hope you did enjoy it. You can develop it and add more features. For example, you can make it as a SaaS application. I have already a SaaS application here inside my channel. You can use it to make this application a SaaS, so the users can subscribe to a plan and then use the prompts that you provide, and you provide prompts and they can add their contacts and they can choose prompts from here with the contact and they send the message. Okay, and you can charge them monthly. Okay, so I hope you did enjoy this application. If yes, hit the subscribe button and like button, and see you in next project.